Okay, I realise it's been about 6 days since I was doing a live stream. That's because I actually ran my copper through the um, cleaning thing twice actually, because I thought there was still some bits on there, and anyway, it came out really clean. There's some little bits of stuff that looks like it's on there, but I think that's microscopic um, microscopic scratches or some kind from when I pulled it off the original bobbin. But I checked it and the enamel's still there. It just shows up as a little bit weird. Anyway, I checked it all. It's all good, and I've just wound today. I spent about 8 hours winding these four identical coils on my coil winder. Um, they are all exactly the same. Trust me, it's not easy to get it. Trying to get the focus. It's not easy to get the focus. What I'm saying, it's not easy to get the coils wound exactly the same. Um, and I've also insulated to reduce the noise with the rubber. That's what the black stuff is. So I'll show you each one of these. They're all exactly the same. Um, they're actually 0.624 millihenry without a core, so that's air core, and they all have a DC 2 ohm resistance. And the way I do these, the way I solder these is I solder the wire in, it's in a slight groove, and when the solder's still molten, when it's hot, I do that. I press it down on the table. I know that's probably looks a bit silly, but that's how I get it flat, the solder, because that way I don't have any big bumps sticking out, because when I put them in the device I don't want big lumps of solder causing the coil to sit at an angle, because if they're not flat, if the solder is not flat, it tends to tilt a bit. So what I usually do is I solder it, and then I just get the focus again. They're all like, I've done them all the same. Also, it helps me to get the weight the same. So I solder them, press them down quickly on the table after I've made sure there's a good joint. Then I test them on the multimeter. So that's one coil I've done. This is the other one. So get the focus again. 0.624 millihenry air cord, DC 2 ohm resistance. I've done that one exactly the same as the others. We have 156 turns of 25 SWG wire on these bobbins, and I'm going to be fitting them tomorrow when I wake up anyway. I don't know when I'm going to wake up, because I've been kind of busy all week. Well, I've had that coil cleaner thing running twice now, and it took nearly a week, believe it or not. About 2.5 to 3 days, one run, because it was running so slowly. But it's done a good job of cleaning the wire up. As you can see, the wire looks perfect. Because I wound it onto these, and I've got the same DC resistance I had on the original coils, which were actually 26 SWG, the original ones, which work pretty well, and these are 25 SWG. So that's two coils I've done, and this is the third one. There's a little bit of super glue that's made it go a little bit opaque. It's just kind of that white mist. It's just super glue that's made the tape go a little bit foggy. But what I do is, it's a bit like the rubber stuff. It's a bit like putting a tyre on. I'll show you a bobbin another bobbin, if I can find it. I didn't do these the same though, but these bobbins I put rubber on, but you can see the rubber, and I found a better way of doing it. When I wrap the rubber around, I wrap it around the rim as well, because that way it stretches the rubber sideways, so that when I start to wrap the coil pushes the rubber down, because it looks a bit bowed before I start winding the coil, but I've got to tuck the wire right close to the lip of the rim. This self-amalgamating rubber stuff. And as you wind the coil, it tends to buckle up the rubber, you see. It starts to bulge out. But if I already stretch it, it doesn't do that. So that's why I wound it in a different way this time, and it's come out a lot better. So anyway, as I say, that's the third one. And there's the fourth one. Can't seem to get the focus. And they're all exactly the same. And let's weigh them anyway. Might as well weigh them, because I'll show you what the weight is. It's there's some slight differences because of the amount of rubber that's on there, but the copper is exactly the same. I've already measured them. So there's my scale. Right, let's put this one on. This scale's not perfect. Sometimes when you put it on, it's got solder on now, so it'll be a bit different. 24.9. That one. Oops, I knocked my scale, damn it. 24.7, near enough. The amount of rubber that I trimmed off, because I did have to trim some rubber off. 24.6 grams. 24.4. So very close. We're talking about virtually nothing. I mean, that point isn't virtually nothing. It's just the amount of rubber that's left on there, but they all read exactly the same. I did a millihenry test on it. They're all the same. The DC resistance, just trust me on it. I measure them all 2 ohms, dead on 2 ohms. I can't really measure them when I'm holding this phone. You need 2 hands to hold the probes, and so I thought I'd give you an update on where we are. I've just got to wire them up and put them in there. I'll swap them out for those. Get that sorted out. Probably, I don't know about tomorrow, but because it's Sunday already here, because it's nearly 2 AM, so I'm probably going to be in bed all day tomorrow. Anyway, we're in lockdown again, where it's not supposed to be going anywhere or doing anything or whatever, but I can still do my hobby. So, but I figured I might as well just show you that. Sorry I haven't made any videos for about 6 days, but as I say, I left that coil cleaning thing running, and it's done a good job. I'm glad I've saved myself about 12-13 quid, because if I'd had to buy all that copper, you know, the spool that it's on, which is across the room, which is nearly a full spool, if I'd had to buy all that, it would have cost me quite a bit of money, so I've saved myself some money there with all this. So now we have 4 exactly equal, identical coils to test with, and that's going to be good. Also, I doubled up on the laminations as well. You can't really see unless I lift this up a bit, but let's see if I can do it, but it's a bit tricky to do. Oh, right, yeah, you can just get on there. Right, the laminations between the magnet that's on the other side of the magnet, I can't really point, but it's just, can't get my finger in there really. I'm trying to do it while I'm holding my phone, but just at the side of my finger there where the laminations are above the magnet, those are twice now. There was 3 laminations coupling the magnets to the core material. Now there's 5 laminations. It's hard to count them really, I suppose, but yeah. So, and those laminations, I've actually been making a few more already in case, but they're basically shaped like that with the ends chopped off with this air gap. Can't seem to get these to focus. I glued these together while I was filing them because I remember I was telling you about the other ones I had that were a bit thicker. Well, I've been filing them down to get them all the same height in case I want to add these later, because there's actually 12 there, so I could add an extra lamination on each one of those slots if I want. So just a nice close-up of the way this magnetic flux is switched on there. And this bit, this gap is in between. It's right in the center of right in the center, stuck inside the core. The one I took out, where? Oh, the old one. I took the old one out and I forgot where I put it now. I've forgotten where I put it, but yeah. Anyway, right. Everything's falling over. Yeah, I put it down somewhere. I forgot where I put it, but I'm trying not to shake the camera because I know people don't like shaky cam because it makes them dizzy. But yeah, anyway, there's not much else happening right now. I've got the coils done. It's just a question of wiring them up and fitting them, and I'm not going to be doing that tonight. As I say, I've been winding these things all day. Well, about 8 hours or something, 7 hours. I can't remember now. What time did I start? Must have been 8 a.m. 8 p.m. Sorry. As I say, it's about 2 a.m. now, so yeah, pretty long time to do all that lot. I had to do them slowly because my counter is a little bit dodgy. I actually 156 turns, but it moves sometimes just by knocking this sensor, and if I turn this, there's no coil in it right now, so if I turn that, it's not going to turn this one. So this is the one that's hooked up. If you watch the counter, you'll see it goes around. See, it's not working now, look. That's because the distance has to be exact. This has to be in a bit for this magnet to be in the right place. It should work now. There we go. So every revolution, it counts. I suppose I can reset that now. But yeah, anyway, so this is what I used to wind it on. At least I got the counts exactly the same now, which is a good thing, because previously I had no counter on that thing and it was driving me nuts trying to make identical coils when you can't even see how many turns you put on. Was a bit of a problem. I don't know if there's anything other updates. I think that's it for now. Anyway, I'll let you see the test when I finally get this wired up, because I'm not going to film hooking up. I'm just going to wire this up and I'll do another live stream on the test. So anyway, have a nice day, whatever.